And so here we are. It's a lovely Friday night.
That's a fact.
I'm still dealing with a bum ankle from my snowboarding incident. Kolo, we all know you rolled the clip last podcast. We appreciate you for that. But I had an injury again 2 days ago.
For what?
For my ankle with Steez. I was with Steez, brother Steez. You know brother Steez.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I went over to his place, right?
In the game.
I went over to his place. They invited me over for a celebratory shot after work because we had achieved something that we've been putting together for a while. So he was able to do that, and I got invited over for a celebratory shot after work. I said, sure, why not? It's Wednesday. Why not? Let me go over. So I go over. I'm on crutches. I'm in a boot, and there's snow on the ground. I don't pay any mind to it. I get inside his place, and I'm just coming inside. I'm just crutching inside, and the crutch slips a little bit. No big deal. I catch myself. I feel great. I'm fine. I got this. I'm like, I'm good at this shit.
Okay.
We got to take the next step. Man, I take the next step. The crutch gives out. I fall on my butt.
With the crutches out?
Yep. Roll my ankle a little bit.
We talking like animated cartoon joint, crutches in the air?
You know, as a matter of fact, we do have the clip. Kolo, roll the clip. Yep, there's a clip. You guys will all see that, you know?
It's going to be there.
It's going to be there. I fell. It hurt. I was pretty mad. And that's how my life has been lately, bro.
I'm not going to lie. Look, it's seeming like you only falling so much because the come up or the rise that you about to do is about to hit crazy. They trying to slow you down, but it's I trust they can't put you out, baby. You feel me?
I agree with that. You know, I was told that it's a good thing it's happening early in the year because now we're going to get all the out of the way.
Exactly.
At the beginning of the year. Did I curse?
Yes, you
did. I don't know.
Yes, you did, brother. Look, man.
Darn it.
This is YouTube friendly, family. Come on. Yes,
we're working on that. And as a matter of fact, today is the first day that I've been walking without the crutches. Please excuse my footwear.
It don't look.
It's not as bad as it was, but it was horrible, dude.
Okay, I believe it.
It was horrible. It was really, really bad. As a matter of fact, today at work, bro, they had me climb up on a ladder. I'm not even cleared yet.
Wait, so they still
brother?
Because I know you do like manual labor.
Unfortunately, all love to my friends and my coworkers and the company and everything like that. But man, oh man, do they need my field of expertise, man? They were struggling without me.
Yeah.
So long story short, I got told that I needed to make my way up to the rooftop today to do a motor because they burnt up the last motor. And I'm like, how am I going to do this?
I'm not going to lie. You working on motors and all that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know how to do all that.
It's a crazy lifestyle, man. You know, not a lot of people are built like me, but I'm pretty smart. I'm good at what I do, and it pays my bills, so we keep going, man.
You want to know why? Because you Kev the middleman, baby. You know what it is.
Kev the Middleman, and we are here today for episode 153 of the Middleman Podcast featuring It's Your Boy,
Ricky Rich.
Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for being here for your first full podcast episode because you have been featured on my platform once before.
But nah, this is different. It feels different too. So,
it is different, man. This is a whole different atmosphere. This is a whole different setup.
It's true.
This is how we do it, man. This is, as compared to the loft, this is how we operate.
But even still, the way you had it set it up for episode 150, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, like everything you do is executed and planned out, you feel me? Strategically. You know?
Thank you.
So I wanna make sure that you always get your props because certain people don't like giving out love, but love is free, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And it comes with experience because I always tell everyone that we started with nothing other than just microphones and crappy, almost curse again, a very horrendous set of equipment that just didn't make sense, bro. They gave you A, but they didn't give you B, but they gave you Z. You get what I'm saying?
No,
that's just how it was to where we're at now. It's substantial and it's awesome. And that entire day wasn't only me. It had to do with Michael, Kolo, Nezo, Steez, everyone.
My fault for cutting you off too, because I realized something personally though, like on my end at least, you feel me, we're going through with like at least the music aspect, like when you starting off, it is small. The equipment, the way you execute it is mediocre in a way. You know what I'm saying? And it's not no fallout or anything wrong, but it's just part of the journey. Now I realized that throughout continuation, it gets better. It gets something like this. You know what I mean? So I don't know, my fault. I just had to say.
Why do you think people like try to strive to get to this point? Do you think they do it for themselves or do they do it for, just what the standard is? The industry standard, right? It's
I feel like, all right, I have like two split necessarily opinions upon it.
Okay.
But I feel like it also depends upon the person, because a lot of that I realized lately is that, perspective really does change a lot. So let's say my boy Keeper over here, you know what I'm saying? He probably, doing what he's doing because of the validation. You know what I mean? Or I'm doing it right here because, you feel me, of self whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like it really just depends. And it really could be both too, Because I could say personally that I do what I do because I love the craft. I love to make art, but I also realize that I want to make sure people hear me. I want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily think there's nothing wrong with that if I find a balance, and I stay humble and I do what I want to do for me at the end of the day. So I don't know.
Well, let's talk about what you do and why you're here. We always have our guests coming in who have multiple talents, whether it be music, artistry, poetry, painters, whatever the case may be. We always try to bring someone with a creative background. And so you, my friend, you are a musical artist, a creator of music, but also a digital creator. I see that you're upgrading your equipment here. Yeah. You've been doing streams on Twitch, YouTube, my apologies, YouTube. And, you got the microphone now, you got a cameraman here, you're putting the pieces together, but it all started with music. And it seems like it started, at least on your official platform of Spotify and Apple, it started in 2021.
Okay, yeah. So back then is when I released my first song on all platforms. My first ever song was on Spotify. Yes. It was called Life Story. And honestly, with that right there, I never wanted to become a Spotify artist. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Spotify, check me out. You know what I'm saying? Support me. But nah, for real, it's really kind of like I didn't want to put myself in a linear boat. I wanted to be branded as something bigger. You know what I'm saying? And so I started 2021 and I posted with TuneCore. You know what I'm saying? Using stuff like that. Then eventually upgraded to DistroKid. So it was really just I feel like in the beginning, around 2021, I was playing around.
Okay.
So
so what brought you into the music though? What, were you in high school freestyling often? Did you have an appreciation for music growing up? What was the influence for you as a musician and want to go ahead and do it for yourself?
So see this I actually love this question, because music has been part of my life from a long time. My family is very music orientated, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I always knew I wanted to do something along the lines of music or artistry in a way, because at one point in time, I was younger, I wanted to be a dancer. I used to you know what I'm saying? I used to do
you get light? You get light? Yeah, for sure.
I used to dance though. You know what I'm saying? I used to try to take up roles and you feel me? Playing, that's what I'm saying. I always had a love for music. But what made me want to do, say, the rapping and everything that I'm doing now is really just because actually, I could say that it's about 2 to 3 different reasons.
Okay.
There was a teen center. Shout out to Miss Marine. For me, it was a place basically where kids can go after high school, you know what I'm saying, and have a place to go and vibe out, chill. Obviously, they wanted you to do your homework and stuff like that because, it's important. But they also gave you a way to brand yourself and
explore that creative side of yourself.
Be explored. And Miss Marine used to hear me talk about music and stuff like that and see what I used to do with the little office computer in there, and she got a grant together to.
What were you doing? Were you mixing and making beats on there?
I was trying to become a producer.
Okay. Cool.
But I was, I said, I was just playing around. I liked music. I just, always wanted to be in that realm.
And you were in high school at this time, right? Give or take freshman?
I think we were, sophomore year when I first started? Yeah.
Young bull?
Yeah. I was about sophomore year. I had to get confirmation. Y'all can't see, but I had to get confirmation. But my sophomore year is when I went to the center the first time. But
yeah,
I think actually, I think the same sophomore year is when she got that studio together. She started finding out what all the kids like, And then another reason is too, my boy Take Yours. I got a feature with him too.
You do?
Call my boy.
Yeah,
that
City. Song is fire. City?
Yeah, it's called City. You know what I'm saying? We got a nice music video and stuff too. So I don't know. Yo, Kolo, I don't know if I'll give you the link if you post it or just put a little image of what it is. But he actually pushed me to really do music myself because I actually used to sit and chill with bro and I used to see how he used to rap and take it serious and really like not just. In my opinion, I didn't feel like he was doing it like everybody else, you know. So he also pushed me in along the line to be like, nah, bro, just pick up a pen and you know what I mean, just whatever, just say whatever, you know.
Were you originally like kind of like his producer, kind of?
No.
No, you were just like
I was just bro.
just figuring stuff out.
I was just bro. Like at the time, like I wasn't even necessarily thinking I wanted to have a career path in music. I just knew that music was something that I loved and was a trait of mine that was always with me. I never really had the mindset of really thinking of what it could be or what it is.
Gotcha.
So like with Miss Marine doing what she did with the studio and me chilling with bro and he's doing his music, I got inspired. You know what I'm saying? I like to surround myself with people who wants to do better for themselves. And at the time, you know, he was killing in the rapping, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna come back because we got some stuff planned. So in the future, y'all definitely gonna see that. But I just know that it was just there. He pushed me though.
So you're starting to make music, right? And you're starting to drop some tracks. You know, you're dropping your first couple tracks. What's the reception from the people in your high school? Are they f***ing with it, or are they like, oh, this is just another phase for Homeboy? Damn it, darn it!
Hey, you better stop cussing.
Wow,
brother. Yo, man, don't tell her. Yo, the funny thing is, hold on. You said this the wide angle. Yo, you want to know something?
Yeah.
He told me on here before we started. This is now a family friendly channel.
Yeah.
Don't be cussing on the channel.
We're trying.
How many times he cursed and how many times I cursed?
That's true.
Tally it up right now. And in the comments, I need y'all to tell me right now how many times he cursed and how many times I cursed.
It's 3 shots. 3 shots. 3 shots on
of
me.
Apple juice.
Yeah.
3 shots of apple juice.
Yeah.
You're not understanding family friendly, brother. I'm not going 3 shots of apple juice. Matter of fact, Arizona sponsor.
Yeah.
Nah, my fault. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. So, the reception from your people in high school when you're dropping these tracks, when you're starting to get into music, you know, how is it perceived by the public?
See, I find it hard to actually kind of know.
Okay.
Because a lot of my stats too, I really don't get love in the US. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my stats right now is Sweden, UK, Germany.
Awesome.
Like I feel like the United States is top 4 of like where my actual streams is coming from. So I want to say social media wise, they show me love.
Yeah.
I could say that. And I'm not trying to, this is not, you know.
Yeah, we're not trying to.
It's not nothing. This is what I can see via the music wise, you know?
Understood.
But I do realize that, you know, as I continue, as I show consistency, they're starting to show more and more love. At least. Because now I can say, you know, by the end of 2025, the United States is like top 2 now.
You had a good run in 2025. It was a good.
I was dropping month after month, 2 songs, 1 song, 2 songs. And it was all because of y'all too, though.
One heck of a month, yeah.
Like, yo, shout out to
year,
bro. Like, nah, real talk. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yo, thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just sitting here on the podcast just because, you feel me? I'm doing music and I'm trying to get my face out there, you feel me? Kev, Steve. Steezy. I'm sorry, Steezy. I love you, brother.
Drew. Yeah, man.
Like, y'all, you feel me? Like, and Drew, like, my fault, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all is legit people, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you, man.
I'm only working as hard as the people I'm surrounding myself as, you feel me? So if y'all not working as hard, then I ain't doing it neither.
We're going to revisit that topic about atmosphere, but I have a little bit of a question because there's a huge like gap in your timeline of creating music.
Yes.
From 2021 to 2024, and then it looks like you released maybe 1 or 2 tracks 2024, but then 2025 you had a really good run. So what happened between 2021 and 2024?
So I know I'm smiling right now, but the situation is not as lighthearted as I'm making it seem now. But like I said about perspective, you know, things change. So, but I can tell you like this: I was incarcerated.
Okay.
You know, I was in and out of jail. You feel me? And through that time is when I really actually started realizing that what I need to do with myself, actually, I have to either tighten up and do it now, or we ain't gonna get another chance if I keep messing it up, you know? So that little run where when I wasn't posting or I wasn't really active is because, you know, I was fighting legal battles. And I felt like at that time I couldn't really focus on posting. Even when I was home and stuff like that, you know, I had too much on my plate at the time. You know, but it never stopped me from writing. And I felt like the experience that I did go through with dealing with the charges that I had was life-changing in a way because now I carry myself differently. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just in a stance of how I dress or what I do or what I talk about. I mean, like, I physically carry myself differently for myself. You know, I can look at myself and really sit with and then say, I don't like 1, 2, and 3. I gotta change that. You know? So it was something that I kind of needed in my journey for music, I could say. So that's where I was at.
Did you ever feel like during that hiatus and during those trying times, was there ever the slightest inclination of maybe I won't be able to make it back to music? And if there was, how'd you like combat that and just stay strong? And I'm sure you always planned on coming back, right? It was just all it is.
Everybody wants to come back,
right?
Everybody wants to come back, but I can say there was a lot of time where I didn't even. I stopped even considering music because there was a time when and I don't want to go too much in depth because not because I'm ashamed of what the crimes is and stuff like that. I just don't want to carry that too much into it. But let's just say I was fighting a crime that I never did, never committed, you know? So I'm facing years of my life and they trying to max out the charges. So literally when I'm sitting in there and I basically, you know, violated so many times and it was on a I don't got to get too deep, but you know what I'm saying? But I violated so many times that they was going to roof me. Like I was going to sit down. Like we in 2026 now, I still would have been sitting down there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even the case before that, you know what I'm saying? I would have still technically been in jail now. So like I've been saved. I've been, you know, and I've been granted another chance. So I definitely had a lot of moments where I didn't think I was coming back to music.
And you're making the most of it, if I would say for myself, you know, just
trying to.
You know, for the first time you and I have met, you know, I knew that you were high energy, high frequency, having a great time always. Yeah. I walked into a studio session, not knowing who was going to be in the studio. And it just so happened to be you. And Keepa was there too, I believe. And Keepa went in the studio that night and it was a legendary night. That was one heck of a night, you know. Got a little buzzed, you know.
We definitely had drinks. We definitely had drinks.
We had a great time, man. But from then on, I was like, like you can see the passion in some people when they're recording and what they do. Like I've been in the studio with Steez on multiple occasions with multiple artists, and you know, there's levels to it, and you can see who's experienced, you can see who's kind of fluffing it, and who's actually it's real, and who like if it's organic and if it's legit, and if it's and you know, what I'll say about you and from the studio sessions I've observed, especially the latest one that I've observed where there is a vlog on YouTube. Kolo, if you wouldn't mind, you just... Thanks, bro. We appreciate you, Kolo. You're on a tear today.
Yo, you are going to hate... No, because you want to know something? I'm sorry to keep pausing and interjecting, but I be editing my own videos.
Yeah.
And when I tell myself I'm going to put something in there, I be so mad. Because now I got to do it. You feel me? So, Kolo, I'm sorry.
So I was in the studio with you for a fantastic studio vlog. We had a great amount of people in there. The most outlandish thing with Honey Packs was done that night. You have to watch the vlog. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. It was the craziest thing ever. But
I was not involved.
None of us were directly involved.
I was not involved.
But we were there, you know what I mean?
I was there. Matter of fact, I wasn't even there. It was a different Ricky Rich.
You were in the booth when that happened.
Yeah, I was in the booth.
But you know, to get to the point, when it comes to your peers and the people you surround yourself with, and the energy in the studio, you know, you have it to a T. ... Like, bro, you know what you want to go and do before you book the session, and I think that for a producer and just for someone observing is so like professional and respectful for yourself and for the people's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, at the end of the day too, if I'm going in there to make music and I don't got the music I want to make, what I'm there for. You know what I'm saying?
But there's people who do that. There's people who go and do that.
I know that. And I do know at a certain time, you feel me, you don't also really go to the studio all the time and make something happen. I'm not saying certain people can't do it or can't make it happen or can't go in there and just freestyle something real quick. But, you know, I feel like the more you sit, plan, and execute, you know what I'm saying, the better it's going to be. So I don't go to the studio unless I know what I'm going to do and how many songs and how long I'm trying to be there for. So, yeah, I got to be like that.
That's what it's all about, man. And I respect that about you as an artist and as a person to take that approach as seriously as you do and just like make the most out of it. And, with your peers in the room, before the song is even recorded, they hear the beat come on and, you're just, voicing
I'm
over
vibing,
it, not
yeah.
even in the booth,
Yeah, I'm
right?
vibing.
But your peoples are with you saying the bar for bar, and the song hasn't even been recorded yet.
Yeah, true. Nah, that's good.
Like that's
support.
That's awesome.
That's
like
real love.
that's the coolest. That's one of the coolest things I've ever
Nah,
seen.
that's real love. Yeah.
So you got that going for you, man. It seems like you got a great circle behind you.
I'm not gonna lie though. I could to interject with that one though. I feel like they also know the bar for bar because I actually feel like I drive them crazy because sometimes I run the song, the beat back like a couple hundred times. They'll be there while I'm writing. So they'll like so. I feel like at that point,
you probably do drive them crazy, but I'm sure they have an appreciation for seeing their friend be as passionate and as excited for something that they genuinely care about. Like we just had William Snakespeare here the other day, and his closing statement to the podcast was, if someone likes something and it's not really your thing, like just hear them out and let them talk to you and support them in it. Like even if, let's just say music isn't my thing, but you come up to me and you're talking to me about music, don't be that guy to just shut them down and, kind of be a little bit of a bully. But just hear them out and enjoy the enthusiasm that person has for what they're doing.
No, well, I didn't see that episode, but that actually
it didn't come out yet.
Nice. Oh,
but it will be coming out.
I didn't see that episode. Because I be watching. I'm part of the family. Man.
We're doing it, man. We're doing it. But yeah, man. So as far as your music, like I said, 2021 and 2024, 2025, there was a little bit of a hiatus, but there is something that is essential to my opinion, when it comes to artists, which is an artist portfolio, an artist bio. Okay. And so your artist bio on Spotify, do you know what it is?
I mix hip hop and R&B. Catchy something.
Yeah. Did you write that yourself or did someone write it for you?
So all right. My grammar and my English language is not the best. So
okay.
I do have assistance on some, making sure that it looks correct.
No, I respect that, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it real, brother.
I've always, I have the Middleman Podcast, I have a little bio, right? And I've considered having my peers write my bio to see what they would say about it, because I think that's the best, most authentic way to do it, because we're gonna buff our stats.
They almost had me, almost cussed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely had assistance, because also too, I realized I can't do everything myself.
Mm-hmm.
So my boy Keep out here helping me out and stuff like that. My boy Wick be out here helping me out. I mean, same people that you be seeing in the stew. So
yeah, you're right. Same people.
It be the same people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really be with nobody else. You know what I mean? So I feel like they in my corner, so they gonna help me do a little one too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
And they always pop out to the events. It's always great seeing you guys at the events, having a great time with us. But here's your Spotify bio here.
Official
I got it.
bio.
Yeah, official. Yeah. Ricky Rich blends hip hop and R&B and a music that's both catchy and relatable, pulling from real life experiences that listeners connect with. Every track carries that energy of his brand, lost to a legacy. So we're just gonna stop right there. We'll pick up the rest later here. Let's just talk about hip hop and R&B, man. Your R&B is freaking dope. Okay,
I feel like I'm missing something.
You do?
I do.
Okay. What do you feel like? Okay, so let me give you a comment as to why I think your R&B is dope. Because I mean, you have a really good the hip hop and R&B. You do it both, man. And when you put them both on the same track, where you're singing and then you're rapping, I think of Lost.
Okay,
I think of the song Lost, one of the first songs that I've ever heard you record,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a bop. And it's in the playlist, you know what I mean? So
it's definitely a good one.
But there's singing and there's rapping in that, and not a lot of men, musical artists really embody and embrace that singing side of music,
That's true.
But you do.
Yeah, because look, I was never a rapper.
Okay.
I grew up in a church choir. You know what I'm saying? I was a singer. You know what I'm saying? So that's singing is what I knew. I learned how to rap. So to me, if I don't sing on a song, I'm not being original to myself. But not even if I don't sing on a song, but if I don't incorporate singing into my music, then I'm not being original.
A church choir?
Yeah.
Wow. How long did you do that?
My mom grew me in the church for a while. I was in there for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I can't give you exact joints because I really don't remember.
You ever have a solo? You ever?
Nah, hell
no.
No. They got me. Yeah, they got me. That's one. That's one of the boys. They got me. No, because the only reason why I say it like that is because at the time I don't believe I had the confidence to do none of that.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. No,
so,
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I don't. Nah. I was definitely in the back, just making sure I was there. You know.
Yeah.
But because I could say I definitely grew up in the church, but it took me a while to at least accept what my family was trying to teach me.
Yeah.
I can say it like that.
So learning how to sing pretty much came from being in a church choir.
And just being in my family, period.
Yeah.
My mom, my mom is a singer herself. She'll make sure that her vocals be here. So, I feel like just always hearing my mom sing, my sister, they just encouraged me to go in the church choir, I feel like. But if it wasn't for them, no. So
yeah.
I say the family before the church.
So, yeah, no, I just think that is like one of the key things that you incorporate in your music that is different, and definitely helps you out as an artist and for just your style of music. It's like, what are we going to hear?
Plus, I just want to vibe too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a lyricist. I know I'm not. I know my wordplay can get a little bit better or my puns and stuff like that. And I know that.
Are you working on that?
Of course I am.
How are you doing
Everything that I do,
yeah.
One, I could tell you like this, like, well, what really helps me on writing is necessarily like, yes, freestyling, but like that's just to help me come up with different words. Because what I could say is when I originally started rapping, and I feel like a lot of people who started rapping or just be playing rapping or whatever, just sometimes you say the same things over and over again.
What's mine? Understand.
You know what I'm saying?
That's mine.
You say the same things.
Understand is my catchword, bro. It's horrible, but it works great. It'd be like
it works. If it fit, right? You know the saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you gotta elevate. So like I feel like with the songs, like or the singing per se, like it gives an element of like kind of like the background noise in the back of my head. I have a radio going in my head 24/7. I don't have to have headphones on or anything like that or music playing if we hearing music.
I believe
like the melodies, everything like that, the chords that I choose to use is.
What are some of your favorite like R&B inspired, songs, artists, whatever? Like who inspires you on that side on that spectrum of music?
I could tell you the first artist that I honestly felt like inspired me was Michael Jackson.
Okay,
but I like James Brown. I like, I'm saying, there's this old song called Can't Make You Love Me.
Can you sing it?
Right now? See, I feel like I should be using turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices.
Come on, guys, get in it.
They don't know the song. It's too old. I think it's in the 70s.
You can still snap
nah, that's something like that. But I like old music. Like a lot of the older music really kind of inspired me too. So like I felt like this is one thing that I believe. Music doesn't go away. It just evolves,
Yeah, most certainly, yeah.
And I feel like R&B, even though, I feel like you can even trace R&B back to jazz and stuff like that. So like I try to make sure I listen to a whole bunch of stuff. So like there's a whole bunch of people that I could sit and name that has inspired my musical journey. But I got to give it to Mike because, he the king of pop.
Yes, sir.
That's the man, the myth, the legend.
You like popping out, man. You like popping out, having a great performance, He
also took time and planned out everything he did. I really kind of did my research, not just in his music, but in him, and I don't know, my bad. I'm rambling now.
So when did you decide to like take this as like a serious thing, going into 2024 or 2025, partnering up with Steez and partnering up with Encore, like what was your plan going back into music? How did you map that out for you after being gone for so long?
I could say my plan for music when I came back was one, to tell a message.
Okay.
Because when I was gone, I started thinking of, different ways to, one, change myself and elevate myself, put myself in a different atmosphere. So, hold on, pardon me. Can you run back the question one more time?
Yeah, so...
Sorry. No, because I went off and I had it and I lost it. One more time, brother.
So, your plan, like you're going back into, going into 2024, 2025, what was the plan? You mentioned, trying to spread a message.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
yeah, my bad. I was gonna start the ramble. That's why I had to make sure I got back on track. But yeah, my plan basically was really to look at it as a business.
Okay.
Beforehand, it was a hobby. Just something, like I said before, something I loved. But now I'm looking at it as I've been saying this recently. You can call me CEO Rich. You know what I mean?
Okay. CEO Rich. Okay.
CEO Rich. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I've been thinking about the music now. So everything I've been doing has been one step in a massive plan. You know, when I first came back into music, I dropped a song called No Surveillance. And
yes,
it was basically trying to touch on the remnants of the emotion that I felt before dealing with my legal troubles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm going to eventually explain everything. And even on my channel too, on my YouTube, I have a segment basically that it kind of gives you the background of the noise that I got.
Or the nitty gritty of what, yeah.
So it's like sometimes, but it's a business though.
So how'd you get in like Steez? Where did he come into picture? How did you link up with him? Have you guys made music for a long time now?
So I actually recently started working with Steez as a producer.
Shout out Steez.
That's a fact. I honestly, he go in there and he cook it up because he just vibe off of what I got and he just know what I need. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I sounded crazy. But honestly though, me and Steez went to the same high school. I always knew that he was in the in the music scene for a little while, and he gave me one of I think it was my second show.
When he did
Project Scranton.
Yeah, when he did Project Scranton. Yep.
So that's actually the first time I really locked in with Steez, in my opinion, you know, or at least on my end, you know. But coming back in, I was thinking, because I was always wanted to, you know, think it out, play it through. So I wanted to up my quality, and Steez was somebody that was consistent in the game while I was gone. Because a lot of people who said they wanted to do music either stopped or, you know, stuff happened. But
that's like
Steez, yeah. But I realized Steez really stayed true to the game.
Yeah.
You know? And his sound was something that you couldn't really get nowhere. Like, so I don't know. Coming back in, I just knew that from working with him from Project Scranton to come back, I just know he was the one I had to go to. So, and he was at Encore. So from the first session to the second session to the third session, we just needed to work. And I feel like at this point, we just locked into a point where we just know what's going on. That's my producer.
Yeah, it seems like you guys have known each other for an extremely long time, you know, but...
See, but like, that's the thing though. Like, he also always used to do his own little thing. And I used to be on my own little section. But I feel like sometimes too, you don't have to really be all up in somebody's face to know that you cool with somebody. Yeah. You know? And me and Steez, we know we cool. We know that we ain't never had no problems. We ain't never gonna have no problems. And you know, we've been about the music and the business.
Steez, man. Steez.
He's legit, man. Shout out to his, you know, engagement and all that too. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know, like, you know. Shout out to my boy, man.
Yeah, no, Steez, you and Steez make some great music together. So, like, with the first track that you guys did together, what was that track?
You was there.
You was
there.
It was Lost.
Yeah, Lost, No Surveillance. Yeah. All the songs that that was it. That was the first session.
Yeah. Wow, that was pretty awesome. So I was there for the first session. Yeah. Just, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you got a lot. Hanging around. You got a lot of love to give. You know, and why is that?
Because, you feel me, I just, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, people give me some respect, and people, you know, you don't have to give me love. But, you know, I feel like with love comes respect.
Yes.
So just give me respect. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's all I can ask for. So, and especially if I see somebody doing something that one is, what's that word? Never mind. That is inspiring. We're going to just say that.
Yeah.
This is why somebody writes my bios. But when somebody's doing something inspiring, you know, I feel like you gotta give props. Nowadays, we live in a generation where it ain't no love. There ain't nobody that really want to sit there and be like, yo, you doing a great job. Just keep doing you. Like, I know people say that that's around, but it's not there no more. You know what I mean? So I try my best to push it as much as my ability. That's all I can say.
I respect that, man. And so, you know, you were talking about, you know, when you came back to music, you were looking to push a message, and we never really got to what that message is. But I'm going to assume that it has to do something with Lost to a Legacy.
That's facts.
Okay, so let's tell the people what Lost to a Legacy is. What does it mean to you? Where did it originate from? Okay. What does it stand for? And where's it going?
All right. So Lost to a Legacy was, the idea was founded in a jail cell. On one of them nights of me thinking that I'm not really going back to music, but it wasn't one of those nights where I kind of got wrapped up in my emotions. I had a glimmer of hope, I felt like. And it wasn't because my case was going good or, stuff like that. It was really just me being jolly good hopeful, Yeah. And I told myself that if I was able to get out of here and if I was able to, start over, I'm going to do something that's important. I'm going to leave a legacy, I'm going to be remembered as somebody who was worth something, not a jailbird, not nobody that's no bum, nothing of the sort. I wanted to make sure that people knew that I was great. And that's not for them, that's for me.
So let me ask you this. Are you basically saying you want to get lost in building the legacy?
Nah, the lost part is basically everybody has hardships. Okay. Everybody has times in life where you're lost. You feel broken. You feel down. You don't really know what's going on and where you're going to head. But in the end, everybody strives for one thing, happiness, right? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So within happiness, people also strive, because of ambition. So what I was thinking is just, within the hardships, within the bad times, you got to strive to leave the legacy. So that's why I say lost to a legacy. So I don't know if that made sense, but I try to explain.
I'm a bit lost, but I'm a bit
I can try to break it down again, but it's like, all right, so the lost part is basically hardship, bad times, you know what I'm saying? The legacy is what you strive for in the end. My brand is basically something that not just me, but I try to push everybody to basically push through the hard times and leave a legacy. Leaving a legacy can be anything. It doesn't have to be music. You know what I'm saying? It could be you doing your podcast. Basically something proactive and productive with yourself is the legacy. You know what I'm saying? And when you build one, and he builds a legacy, and I build a legacy, we could build a better world at the same time too. Mm-hmm. I mean, with better morals, better, you know what I'm saying? So lost to a legacy is not just a saying for you'll be all right. It's a motto to live by. Something to be always on your mind to think, I'm going to be something and something's going to be there for me, when I'm said and gone.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that was in the better. Yeah.
No, I got you. Yeah. Lost to a legacy. Just building a legacy. The losses, everything came first, right?
The loss has everything that comes first.
So, you're lost. You're in a very dark spot. Life is going horrendous. Mm-hmm. What was that light in the darkness for you? Other than maybe like, the glimmer of hope that, you won't be sitting in a jail cell.
Oh, that glimmer was real small. I promise you that.
Yeah. Who held you up? Who could you attest and give credit to just get you through those trying times? Because that can't be pleasant, especially at a young age to be dealing with that.
It definitely wasn't pleasant, but I definitely had my family to, that backed me. I had my close friends, people that was always in my corner. A lot of people say when you go to jail, you really see who's your friends and, who's not your friends. You know what I'm saying? So like, I came home and I realized, who the people that was rocking with me. Yeah. So the people that I chill with now, the people they good in my book and they held me down.
How many times do you look up in the sky?
Every day. You wanna know why? Because one, you know what I'm saying, I give God the grace. I give God the power. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's certain things I can't do on my own. So I look up for help and for guidance. So I look up every day. That's why.
I don't look up every day, but I look up every so often. Okay. And I find myself looking up because it's a good way for me to put things into perspective, and to realize I like to do what is called a this is life right now moment. You ever do that? I'm sure you have.
See, I feel like I don't say it like that, but I definitely do that.
Right.
Because I try to, see what's...
Let's just say you're walking outside. I find myself doing it when I'm walking outside. Just, talking.
Ricky Rich don't walk, baby.
Walking outside, talking to Mary,
Oh, yeah.
And just listening to music and, I see someone walking their dog and whatever the case may be. And I sit there and I think to myself, this is life right now. And I think about what got me to that exact moment and what got me to that point and everything that was going on in that day. Let's say I had a little bit of, distaste in my day because something didn't go well, right? I find myself in those this is life right now moments, really just putting everything in perspective and realizing that maybe that little hiccup that happened that day or whatever the case may be is not as detrimental as I thought it was.
That'd be true.
And that's like, I guess that's my loss to a legacy, if you would.
But see, like I say, everybody has it right different.
Now. Yeah.
So, but I just want to make sure that people know that one, if you come over here and because I call the people in my community legacy builders, right?
Legacy builders. Okay, I like
legacy
that.
builders.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because like lost to a legacy is just something that I can give a name.
Yes.
But it's necessarily too expansive to just generalize, So like with calling them legacy builders and having a brand called Lost to a Legacy, just wraps everything together because you come over here like, all right, you building your own legacy, right?
Yes. Yep.
With this podcast, exact. I keep bringing up this podcast because for real, I met you as Kev the Middleman. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So as you doing this podcast and you doing and striving for what you try to accomplish, regardless of what you got going on in your life, regardless of you spraining your ankle, regardless of you falling when on ice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You still managing to do, you feel me, your podcast, to do your job, going and climbing that ladder. You know what I'm saying? But you also here sitting with me, right?
Yeah.
As I sit here, as I overcome certain things that I overcame,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me? As I continue to do my music. So once you become a legacy builder, once you join the Lost to a Legacy, you're realizing that not that you and everybody else is in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
You and everybody else is striving for better. Gangster.
Yeah, we're striving to leave that legacy. That's really all it is. Because at the end of the day, you had mentioned that music evolves.
Yes.
As long as the internet doesn't disappear and that EMP doesn't happen.
But see, even before the internet, people had music.
True.
Music been connecting people from before time even existed.
Yes.
So like, music will always be there.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Music is energy. That's why, when people say the frequency of the beat, like, music is, I don't know how to put it. Sorry.
You ever see, one of these CDs, for example, right? A record player CD.
Yeah, vinyl joint.
Yeah, vinyl joint. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You ever see how they're made and how the music is transmitted?
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that unique? How it's all just like frequency and waves,
think it's crazy.
It's a magnetic field. That's how it's made.
And I'm not gonna, but see with vinyl too, it also gave it when it was being made, it also gave it a slight effect that you can't even necessarily recreate now on the DAWs. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that they made your voice sound when it came out the
True.
Yo, I'm telling you, music
Very
is crazy.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not gonna lie, vinyl to me is, I ain't gonna lie. Old school, I don't like vinyl, but
imagine you can record a song on vinyl. Can you do that?
Now you still can, yeah.
You can do that still?
But like it's not like
probably
it's not
lost
common.
art. Yeah,
it's not common. But
it's
you
like
can still
film and like filmmaking, like film.
See, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the older stuff, I feel like since we went over it so fast that it's coming back.
Agreed. Like the PSP.
Yo, I'm still waiting for them to drop the new joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like even with the Polaroids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're back.
Exactly.
I got Michael's Polaroid.
Look, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's gonna come back. Certain things gonna always. It's a cycle.
Yeah, it's vintage always survives. Think about vintage clothing. It's always it always comes back. And like people who are thrifting stuff look the flyest 9 times out of 10. To be honest with you, so. That's just the way it is. That's how the world works, man. It all comes back around. But at this moment in time, let's tune into Tea Time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. My boy Ricky Rich, welcome to Tea Time. Here we go. Arizona time. We got, I got a dragon fruit mango one here. I've tried this flavor once in Florida. Okay.
I had to get the same watermelon because I'm pretty sure on 150, I had this Arizona, so I had to double back.
Cheers, my friend. Cheers. Here we go. Welcome to Tea Time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by.
But inspired by. Mine's didn't crack because it was there. Arizona. I said on the last one, I'm going to say it again. That's pretty good. The way that he pushed y'all. If you don't check this, yo, you never got sent the link or nothing like that?
No.
For real?
For what?
For Arizona.
No. Why, was I expecting one? Was I supposed to
Well, no, I'm not even
So like we've DM'd, like we've talked here and there.
So like I had made a video on my YouTube, but I was in the stool.
Yeah.
It was in Arizona, and I had hit they had seen it. They had hit me back. They had sent me the link, and they had gave me the opportunity to see if they would accept me as a partner. They didn't accept
as
me.
a brand ambassador.
Yeah. That's why on the episode of 150 I grabbed the mic and I was so mad because Arizona, like, holla at us, like, we got y'all, like, we gonna hold y'all down.
You sure it was Arizona? You sure it wasn't like a burner account?
No.
All right.
I show
you gotta prove it to me.
No,
I got you. You show me later.
I'll show you later.
You gotta prove it to me. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten any emails or anything like that. We did DM, and they actually did give me an email a long time ago, like maybe 2-3 years ago. But let's just say I didn't feel like I was professionally oriented enough to do that yet. So I didn't.
Respect that. So that's a business goal.
And so CEO Kev, that's what they call me. And so and so here we are. We are in Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by. That one question that I just asked you about, if you look up in the sky, was going to be a Tea Time question. I didn't get a chance to write in here, but I'm glad I did ask that question. There's some questions in here. Pick one out, pass me the paper, and I'll read it out loud. Here we go.
Some hoodoo moodoo night.
Welcome to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. My handwriting isn't the best. I might want to read that. Yeah, trust me. You talking about grammar and English? Let's talk about penmanship.
Yo, look, man, you be good, man.
Penmanship? My penmanship, guys, it ain't it. I don't pick up the pen. You feel me? Like, I just kind of like run along. All right, here's your Tea Time question of the day. Oh, okay. Would you rather reel in a great white shark or be a bullfighter fighting a bull?
We don't play with the water, so I'm gonna fight that bull.
You know, fight that bull?
And I don't play with the water because of the stereotype. I can swim. I'll fight the bull, though. I ain't gonna play with no shark in no water, man. Goody, man.
But you're on a boat.
I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that stuff.
Would you eat a shark?
I would.
Have you ate shark?
I don't think I have. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I have. And I don't think I say I would, but I don't know if I would for real.
Keep it. Wait, hold I'm getting thrown off real quick.
Yeah, I hear chat in the back.
We got
too.
Audience members here in the crowd. Give it up for Keepa here talking about he's not strong enough to reel in a shark.
Oh, he chatted like that. I didn't even hear that. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, hold on.
Crazy.
We got the third microphone here. Keepa off the camera. Tell us what you're mumbling over there about this great white shark.
That's not what I'm saying, right? I'm saying look at it like this. He said, would you rather pull in a great white shark or fight a bull? Think about it like this. He said, would you rather? In this instance, you would be strong enough to pull in a great white shark.
I go to the gym.
Nah. The question already is giving you strength to pull. Like, would you not want to be that strong?
No, check me. I'm just going to bull ride real quick. Boom, 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 boom.
You a rider?
Ayo.
That's the type of thing you doing?
You allowing this right
This
now?
is not my fault. This is not my fault. This is not my fault.
Nah, look, oh Lord.
This is not my fault. This is what happened, man. Tea Time sometimes gets a little bit outrageous here.
Ain't bullfighting just riding a bull?
No, bullfighting is dodging a bull.
Exactly. So you see, he's volunteering to ride. I've never seen this.
Yo.
Take it.
Get off the mic.
Take it.
Get off the mic.
Take it.
Pause.
Get off the mic.
Well, just a quick pause.
No, bullfighter is the matador, bro, with the
red joint.
Yeah, with the red joint. Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing that. I'm fast.
Yeah, you doing that? Okay, cool.
I used to be a track
All right,
star.
how about the? All right, we're gonna change transition. We're just gonna change gears here real quick. What do we think about the running of the bulls? The running of the bulls. I mean, it is all right. You know what? Let me just say, it is a heritage. It is a cultural thing. So I understand that is why they do it. Would you do it?
Hell,
I don't know if I would, bro. That's one event that I don't think I would.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Look, I won't skydive. There's certain things in life I won't do.
You're soft.
See, you can say that. I just know my comfort zone. That's how I look.
All right, no skydiving, no running on the bulls. Are you getting in a shark tank and like a cage and a shark's flying around?
Not playing with that.
No. All right. Are you going on a safari like ride and you can like see like a lion far away?
I'll hop out the safari.
Now, if you had an opportunity to go to space, are you going?
Yes.
Really?
But I don't. Yes, but yes.
Really?
Yo, must.
You sure?
I will. Yo, must.
I always said that I would.
Actually, he going to Mars. He going to Mars, right? I need a slot. I'll go to space.
All right.
I feel like that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
I feel like that's cool. I
think
want to see what's up there.
It's like,
look, I don't have to jump down. I gotta be in a shuttle. I'm just saying, look, it's, I don't gotta jump down. I just gotta be in a shuttle, man. You know what I mean?
all right. What do you think of Arizona?
Yo, this is swag. I know you see me picking it up.
Watermelon. Okay. I'm over here with the dragon fruit mango.
Earlier.
Yeah, you were. I did see it.
I was.
But so yeah, we got this dragon fruit mango. First time I had this was in Florida. I got bamboozled into going on a Florida trip. All right.
Bamboozled.
So I was told that we were going to Florida because my coworker who was a friend, had to bring his niece back to Long Island or whatever the heck, and she lived in Florida. But she was like moving. So we were driving the box truck, right?
Oh, okay.
But I was told we were going to at least spend one night in Florida and it was going to be great. Like, we had first class and everything.
Got there, packed and left.
Bro, we got there. First of all, we had first class, right? We got to the airport extremely early. One TSA agent. One. All right. So we missed our flight. So now we had to wait in the airport for like the majority of the day, about 8 to 10 hours for the next flight. We get there, we land. I'm like, finally, I'm in Florida. I'm going to go run to the beach at night. Bro, I'm dealing with a heartbreak right now, bro. I'm very upset. I'm like, I'm Florida. I'm feeling great. And we get there and we get in a box truck. He's like, all right, we're driving back. I was like, so there never was a plan to stay here, huh? He's like, I never said that. I said, bro. I said, yes, you did.
Why you think I came?
And so this is what this Arizona brings. That's the memory that I have with this. Every time I see this flavor.
Is that a good memory for you?
It's
wait, hold on. Wait.
No, I mean, listen, it
sound like trauma.
Perspective, right? Retrospect, right?
Perspective.
Retrospect. It was all right. There were some high moments and there were some low moments. One of the higher moments was my coworker is an extremely large, like, individual, like tall as heck, like weighs a lot of weight. And I fell asleep on the floor on the airport because there's nowhere comfortable to lay down. So I fell asleep on the floor. No one cares about me laying on the floor, sleeping, minding my own business. But the big guy goes down to go take a nap, right? And everyone's like, is he all right? Is he okay? Is he dead? Did he fall? And I'm like, why does everybody care about him? But when I'm sleeping on the floor, no one gives a damn about me.
Might have been a height thing. They probably didn't see you.
I don't know.
Sorry. Just saying, brother.
Just saying. But anyway, that was tea time. So I do the great white shark.
It's the water for me though.
Yeah, but like
I don't trust.
I'm in a boat.
I don't trust.
I'm on a boat.
What's draws and all that and all these shark shows and shark movies. You ain't learned. They try to tell you something. All you have to do is just punch them in the nose. I heard about that. To see that is too close to their jaws for me. I'm cool.
Yeah. Michael, what are you doing? Are you fighting? Are you a bullfighter or are you a shark fisher?
Bro, a great white shark's like 3 times the size of like a normal dude, bro. I don't think you can reel that in.
I'm giving you the opportunity to reel the fish in.
So like I could just reel it in safely.
Yeah, you're the strongest guy in the world. No, you're gonna fight this shark. It's not gonna be like an easy task.
Exactly.
It's still a shark. Though. I feel like I can outrun a bull.
You're wildin'. I'm in the water like I'm goody. I'm good.
I'm going for the bull because the bull's not gonna catch me.
You
bro.
see?
Not gonna lie.
You see? This is why Mike is gonna get me on episode.
And people get tackled by the bull and they live. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yo, for real. I just seen somebody that just on a video got popped up, and they valid.
And with that being said, cheers to tea time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea.
Yo, get this man a sponsorship. He's been doing this for way too long, man.
Send me that link. I'll be waiting.
I got you.
The Middleman Podcast, nepa@gmail.com. That's what it is. All right. Yeah. Let's reach focus. Let's get back to the subject at hand here. So you just announced a very exciting partnership.
Yes, I did.
With none other than Encore Studios.
Yes.
Congratulations on that partnership, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
what does that allow for you? What does it mean to you to be partnered with Encore Studios?
Okay, so I'm actually the one that
I know you are the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made the first inquiry like to Dan
Yes.
and to Encore. My goal basically with the partnership is one, to have insider knowledge on somebody who's been in the game and somebody who also has appreciation for the craft of music. And
Yes.
I know that Dan has sit in on a couple of my sessions and I've just liked the way he carries his business. You know, I like the way that he carries his studio. It doesn't matter what music you're doing, from hip hop to rock to, you know, all music is okay at Encore Studios. And I like the fact of the way he was able to delegate. So with the partnership on my end is basically, you know, I'm insider knowledge and to a place of creative home. So I'm in the process of I'm gonna shoot a little music video Encore. One to big up the partnership.
Nice.
And
Very
two,
nice.
just to, you know, drop a new song.
Do you need extras in this music video?
You can slide, bro. Next weekend. I can tell you the time and date off the camera, but
all right.
You know what I'm saying? But next weekend let's slide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I it's really a place for not just to me make music, but for me to also make my content. So another reason that I've been pushing CEO Rich is because I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube.
Okay.
You know, so if anybody, you know, part of the Middleman Podcast want to show some love, you know, and subscribe. You know, so Ricky Rich, you know what I'm saying? Official Ricky Rich on everything. But
Cole, look, you just put that like right
here. But yeah, like I it's gonna be a place for me to record, and I'm basically gonna incorporate the Encore scenery and setup into a segment on my channel called Facts and the Flows, where one, it gets the deep dive behind some, you know, particular songs that I choose, and not even just that. I remember talking to you. It was a long time ago. I think it was in August when I brought up the fact of bringing you on to my channel and having a little interview and stuff like that.
Yep.
I know me bringing it up was just to put it in the air, but you know, and obviously I'm gonna talk to you officially when everything is valid. But using the Encore Studio, I'm basically gonna use the Facts and the Flows, not to, you know, bite off you, but just to get a nice little conversation between people. You know what I mean? To one, keep connection going, and you know, making sure that I can bring enough business and to the Encore Studio as much as I can. You know, so it's a two-way partnership. Dan is pushing me as much as I'm trying to push his business. You know, he loves the music, and you know, I love the way he does business.
Has Dan ever, you know, given you any like creative feedback on tracks while you're in the studio?
Not as of yet. Dan really is the type of guy that kind of just lets you do what you want to do and just, you know, vibe out. He's not going to really overstep. And I feel like that just falls on the line of his studio etiquette, you know? Just because you're the boss of the place don't mean you have to say something. And I feel like he, you know...
Well said, extremely well said.
Yeah, I feel like he carries that self pretty nicely. But I feel like if you would ask, I feel like he would give his 1-2 opinion. And I feel like as of right now, the conversations that I had with him has just been very eye-opening in a sense of like, you know, the music business and certain things. So it's been definitely.
Yeah, Dan's a great dude. And, you know, speaking on that studio etiquette and not wanting to overstep, he definitely respects those guidelines 1,000%. You know, I've openly heard him talk about that. You know, if people ask for it, he will gladly give it. He'll give them the, he'll give his 2 cents in. But, you know, more often than not, he kind of keeps to himself, you know, and he's just happy to see all these creators of all different music genres using his space, being in there, and basically, you know, living in harmony and in unison. Because, you know, we might be in Studio A mixing and mastering a track, and in Studio B there's a rock band, you know, rehearsing and doing their, and they're going nuts in there. You know, it's such a cool appreciation for music, and it's a great spot to be. You know,
there was this one time I can't remember who was in the other, like in the rehearsal room, but there was bass playing. I'm here. I'm forgetting about it. I'm recording music. I'm hearing the bass. You know what I mean? Like I just like the fact that, you know, it's an open space where, you know, music is the music.
Yeah, music is well respected there, as it should be in the studio. Now let's talk about your newest EP that just came out.
That's a fun.
Abyss. And it has to do with the loss to a legacy type of brand just being lost. You think a synonym for loss is into the abyss. The abyss is an unknown spot, right?
So you can tell I'm planning the songs out. Can
Yeah.
you tell? No, let's stop.
Well, so talk to me about the abyss. It was a 4-track EP. I do have the track order right here. But if you want to just start off by telling the people what were you aiming to achieve with that EP?
So with that EP itself, it actually does stem back to jail time and stuff like that. Because even though I said that I wasn't, posting music, obviously, but I still was writing. And there was a lot of things in my mind that was left unsaid. There was a lot of situations where I felt like I had to open up. Because there was a point in time where Ricky Rich couldn't talk about his feelings. Ricky Rich couldn't make sad songs. So Abyss, the project, really meant something for me. And especially to perform those particular songs and to have an actual venue and a particular event that it will be appreciated to, and not just to have to go out and be party rich all the time. It was something that was I could say different for me, because like I said, I'm usually the type of guy that's, like you said, high energy, always in the room. I gotta
party.
Yeah. But with Abyss, and it gave me a chance to really open up, because I believe that just like myself, everybody goes, like I said before, through hardship.
So in the Abyss, in a really dark spot, in a dark place, that's where it kind of started.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the start. It's kind of like the reboot.
Yeah.
Reboot.
But I feel like for me, posting the song was like kind of like trying to be, because a lot of people don't know me, but I also used to using the YouTube to try to make sure that I can give the most background upon myself as possible. But, for the people who do know me, and for the people who did like listen to the song, it's kind of like I said, me stepping out my comfort zone, and before that song, I had released an older song that I had sitting in my vault by my grandma and stuff like that I had made one time. I got it tatted on me and stuff like that. But like I said, so the Abyss is just really to encourage people, to sit with themselves. Like how you said, the life choices and what's going on, and and then once you sit with yourself, you'll be able to either overcome your emotions or dwell in it.
So opening up the EP, you have a Cold World.
Yeah.
Cold World.
Yeah. I wrote that. I think with that one in jail.
And so that was like, is there the sequential order of these tracks here? Is there a reason why you laid it out the way that you did?
Yeah, I did. So in a way, the songs are timeline order, based on emotion.
Okay. Yeah.
With the last song being Abyss, because
it's a fight to keep my smile.
It's a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I try to make sure that I'm the happy-go-lucky guy all the time, but sometimes it's hard for me to do that. So I wanted to make sure that when I named the project Abyss, I wanted the last song to be the Abyss itself. And I didn't really want no extra verse or no extra really features, anything like that. I just wanted pure straight emotion, just how it is. So the songs were like emotional timeline order.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like that. And my personal favorite probably is Stuck in the Middle.
That's mine too.
Yeah, Stuck in the Middle is a really good vibe, bro.
Yeah, that's mine too. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. I hear what you're saying. It's got like it's got party, but it has emotion, and it has that rawness to it, that grittiness to it, to basically get your message across. And then following that song is Pain and Misery. That's probably my second favorite song. It's extremely catchy hook there. I'm tired of pain.
Oh, my boy.
And pain and misery.
That's a fact,
yeah, bro. I got
and
you,
even
man.
too, like I also try to make it to where it was rap,
It's
sing, rap,
breaking
sing.
me. Yeah.
So like
And you did do that. Yeah.
And the ending song, it was sing, but it's still it was supposed to be like, all right.
And as a matter of fact, that EP, the creation of that EP was captured in a vlog.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys care to see that, you can see your mindset going into that session. You stated to the camera and to the people that, you know, you're gonna be not so party Ricky Rich this time.
Yeah.
You're gonna slow it down and get some get some stuff out for the soul and for the people. And you know, you went in there and we had you had a 3-hour session booked that turned into a 4-hour session. And gracious, because
my boy,
yes,
because the homies be looking out.
Yeah,
they,
no, I was there when that interaction and that transaction happened. And it was really cool to see that your people really do support you as they do, man. So
for real, I'm a really blow his spot up. He really just wanted to hear a song, and I didn't record it yet. So he said, "Yo, we ain't leaving this joint." That's really what happened. He told me I ain't leaving the stew until I record the song he wanted to hear. So that's really what happened. But he was looking out for love. it was still love. It was still love though, yeah.
So, you know, to close us out here, you know, I just want to talk about the future, you know, what we got going on for you as a person. I know we didn't get to really touch upon all the atmosphere events that you did, but, you know, being with us and working with us because you were there for the Troposphere, you were there for Atmosphere Music Festival,
the Halloween show,
Halloween
Christmas event,
and, you know, that's it for now, but we have things in motion that you will be getting notified as to, hey,
I'm already waiting.
Yeah, we need you to get back locked into it. So, you know, man, you are definitely one of those premier artists that has worked with Atmosphere, and you know, on behalf of Atmosphere, we are extremely gracious and we appreciate you as a talent, as an energy, as a CEO, the way you carry yourself as a businessman. You know, so keep on keeping on because you're doing one hell of a job, man.
Appreciate
so,
it,
of course, man. And you know, what can we look forward to, man? It's early in 2026, man. You know, you had mentioned music videos. You had mentioned, you know, new songs coming out. What do we got going on? What can we look forward to?
I'm not going to lie, you know. I basically wanted to hit it like this. I got February's coming up, you know. So I took January to plan and execute. So by February of either, I'm not going to confirm a date, but February of late 21st or something like that, give or take. I got a song for the ladies and for the homies that want to sing to their lady. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, shooting the music video, starting off the new year is gonna be a little something different. The song is called Comfortable. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know, I hope that it's a vibe that everybody can sit, enjoy, and have a nice little visuals. There's gonna be behind the scenes clips on my channel, behind the scenes photo shoot, and a nice little photo shoot of actual professional photos. You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna see how it go from there. But it's a nice little in the crib, laid back joint. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can sing it to your lady, and the ladies can enjoy it for themselves.
It's a projection, man. It's a plan, and all you got to do is execute, man.
That's true. Yeah.
And you're well on your way. You know, you are enhancing your equipment, as I mentioned earlier. You have your YouTube page. You have, you know, whether you're streaming, whether you're creating reels, whether you're out there performing, you know, like not only Atmosphere does Ricky Rich perform for, he performs for other events as well.
That's a fact.
So if you're looking for an artist who's always hungry and eager to perform and get on that stage, you know,
I'm here. I drove in a snowstorm.
Yeah, you lock in, bro. You lock in. Like there's never a doubt. Like if you're locking in, you're locked in, and that's what it is, man. So you know, it's great on you, Mr. CEO. But you know, with that being said, man, we're about to get off the air here. So if there's anything that you want to say to the people watching at home, any closing statements, you know, social medias, anything that you want to shout out, this is the time to do it. Ricky Rich, the floor is yours.
All right, I want to shout out my boy Ket, Middleman, for bringing me on his platform, not once but twice. But I want to thank Atmosphere, Steezy, PA, Dan, and Encore. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank the people that streaming my music. Hold on. I should have been talking to this one. I want to thank the people that streaming my music and everything like that. So it's been a journey. It's something that's not going to stop. Like I said, it's lost to a legacy. When you see me throw this up, that's what it means. L to an L, baby. You know what I'm saying? A legacy is backwards, not because it's a real L, because we going to leave something behind. You know what I mean? I know y'all didn't make that make sense, but it's it.
That made perfect sense, bro. Like that was the mic drop of the year. And the year just started. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I know that Kev puts his all into his podcast. So thank you again for bringing me on here.
Yes, sir.
My platforms is official Ricky Rich on everything. I do have something special coming. Like I said, CEO Rich. I'm not just saying that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I got a nice little announcement coming at the home studio at Encore. So hopefully I can give y'all the information that soon.
Heck yeah, man. We can't wait. Looking forward to seeing what you got going on this year, man. It's going to be an amazing year. And, you know, for a podcast that is trying to become unexplicit, 4 errors isn't so bad,
I didn't do
in
too
my
bad.
opinion.
I didn't do.
No, you didn't.
I didn't do
3 of them were mine.
I didn't do too bad.
And so with that being said, everyone, I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, signing out. Peace.